There's nothing of that sort.
No, there isn't.
They've had a fallout.
No, it's a genuine fallout. Here's the thing. Floyd is going to MK. You see, people must not read a lot into this MK stuff. Floyd had very few options. One, he couldn't form his own party. He doesn't have the money and the means to form his party. Number two, he's not even a charismatic man. So he knew he wouldn't go that route. That's option number one that he had. Option number two is to go back to the ANC. He has enough enemies in the ANC to go back there. And also, the list of ANC unemployed people from parliament, the previous parliament, who are there one position, is so long that Floyd knew that he was going to be at the back. The only option was, where does he find a political home that will protect him? Because remember, you could be arrested by the VBS. My theory.
But how would Mkhonto we Sizwe protect him when you've got the former president or the president of Mkhonto we Sizwe currently in the court?
Exactly.
Why would he be protected?
He looked for a home where you have a largest concentration of people who are facing criminal stuff from the president himself. So if you go to a home like that, you can be protected.
No, but the EFF, they've actually had their own president, their own leader has sat in a court bench. So they don't have a step-aside policy. So surely, I don't know, Professor, your views on this. I mean, if it's just now going to be the situation that he left because in the MK party, he would be protected or at least supported when he attends some sort of court cases. The former president is not protected. He is attending and present at all his court cases. And even in the EFF, they don't have a step-aside policy. So even if he were to be charged, some would assume that surely nothing would happen there. They wouldn't discipline him or remove him.
There's certainly enough people with possible charges or real charges against them in the MK party to make him feel at home. And there's people of similar orientations, similarly endangered in one party, but he wouldn't have protection because the fellow party members and leaders cannot guarantee that kind of protection. But yes, he would be only just so many other political parties have so many people with so many charges possible or real against them. But MK party does have a particular quota of those. And the party, we know the stories recently with the MPs that are being recalled, replaced, MPLs, the rumors are in KwaZulu-Natal, several of them are being recalled, and there is a big need in that party for anybody or for people with experience in parliament to come in and assist and help lead that party. So there's certainly a lot of space for people like Floyd.
But not necessarily protection.
Yeah,
although Mr. Mashele is adamant that there is protection.
No, let me explain this protection I'm talking about. You see, because if I don't explain, you will think that I mean that the MK party can instruct the NPA not to act. That's not what I mean. Even Zuma, by the way, the MK party, how does Zuma protect the MK party? They simply organize crowds to go to the court and to outside the court whenever he appears.
But it's of no consequence.
It would be lonely for a poor Floyd if he were to be charged by the NPA. And I think he's going to be charged given what I've seen with the Matodzi affidavit. He goes to court alone. There's no political party that's singing outside. You see, these chaps are used to that kind of life, where they command the masses, they have political support. So he can only find that in the MK. In the EFF, he could find it before he had a fallout. Remember, my starting point is there has been a genuine fallout, and he recognized that there is no way that he can coexist with Julius within the EFF. So what does he do when he had to leave? So he must look for another political party that can
can sing outside court.
Exactly.
And then if you're found guilty of whatever,
you go to jail.
It's besides the point. But you had comrades singing outside. For some, that would seem quite shallow. That you would really go to the MK party purely just so that they will have no influence on the MK, I mean on the NPA, but the fact that they'll just be singing outside while you're inside the court.
There's another thing. You want me to mention more?
Yes.
You watch the space. Call me if it doesn't happen. You will be given a job in parliament. Which other party would give Floyd the job in parliament outside the EFF? Absolutely none. So he knows that. His salary is going to be replaced. Remember, as we speak now, if he were to spend a month without being employed, the guy will actually be broke He is unlike you. You have a salary at the end of the month. He will not have a salary. So the MK is going to give him a salary. He calculated also that is actually a big factor. So it's not only about protection outside court. It's also the real stuff of the stomach.